Okay, today's Monday. Everyone. Today we are going to start to talk about a great civilization, one of the first civilizations in the world. Here. One of the great civilizations in the world, and they gave us different inventions, like the writing, like the wheel, like some instruments. They study medicine, study architecture, so they brought different new things to our world. Okay, now as an introduction, today I'm going to share just a couple of videos. One of those talks about one of the first emperor, who was Sargon. He was the first emperor from that in that period. Sorry, Sargon. Okay, and another video is gonna be about the ancient gods that they follow during those years. Okay, now let's begin the class watching this video about
During the late 24th century BC, During the late 24th century BC, ancient Mesopotamia underwent a period of continual war over control of the region. Credited with being the first emperor in recorded history, Sargon of Akkad successfully united multiple Sumerian city-states and conquered all of Mesopotamia to form the Akkadian Empire. As a tribute to the lasting impact of his life and legacy, future generations refer to him as Sargon the Great. Sargon was born an illegitimate son to a priestess of the Sumerian goddess of love and an unknown father who lived in the small village of Azupiranu. His mother sent him down the Euphrates River in a basket, where he was found by a man named Aki, who worked as a gardener for the king of Kish, Urzababa. Aki adopted Sargon as his own, and Sargon rose through the ranks to become the king's cupbearer. The cupbearer was an especially prestigious position that required the absolute trust of the king due to the high frequency of poisonings at the time. During this period, Lugarzagezi, who was the king of Umma, led an army to conquer the city-states of Sumer, where he eventually marched on Sargon's home of Kish. King Urzababa sent Sargon to deliver an offer of peace. However, Lugarzagezi refused and instead invited Sargon to join him on his conquest. Sargon agreed, and together they overthrew the city of Kish and forced Urzababa into hiding. After several years, the relationship between Sargon and Lugarzagezi deteriorated. According to legend, it may have involved Sargon having an affair with Lugarzagezi's wife. In any case, they quickly became enemies and marched towards each other in battle. After a decisive victory over Lugarzagezi, Sargon paraded him through the streets in chains before torturing and executing him. Sargon appointed himself the new king of Kish and continued his predecessor's conquest of Sumer. Lugarzagezi had already united the kingdom in large part, creating a substantial advantage for Sargon. After capturing the rest of Sumer, he moved on to conquer the lands of Assyria and Elam. In time, Sargon had most of the Fertile Crescent under his dominion and achieved what no previous king ever had. Sargon employed new military tactics such as the phalanx formation, which was a tightly formed group of soldiers equipped with spears and massive shields. The phalanx formation became an essential tactic used by Alexander the Great during his military conquests nearly 2,000 years later. Sargon also leveraged new inventions, such as the composite bow, to gain a significant advantage over his enemies on the battlefield. The composite bow was made of wood, horn, and sinew. It could shoot twice as far as a traditional bow and had 3 times its power. These military advancements helped Sargon win a total of 34 battles throughout his life. He founded the city of Akkad, establishing it as the capital of his empire. He also founded the city of Babylon, which developed into a dominant force 6 centuries later during the reign of Hammurabi. In forming his new empire, Sargon assigned his most trusted men to high-ranking positions, appointing them as governors in his administration, spanning over 65 cities. He further consolidated his power by strategically appointing his daughter, Enheduanna, as the high priestess of the god of wisdom, one of the most prominent religious positions of the time. This upper hand allowed Sargon to exert much greater influence over his empire and proved to be a key factor in maintaining his grip on power. During his reign, Sargon claimed to have conquered the 4 corners of the universe, stretching from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea. The Akkadian Empire developed the world's first postal service and made the most efficient use of bureaucracy on a massive scale in history. The empire also dramatically improved Mesopotamia's infrastructure with the construction of paved roads and irrigation systems. Sargon maintained a full-time army of 5,400 men in the city of Akkad, affording him a considerable advantage compared to previous kingdoms. However, despite these advances, the people still rebelled, requiring Sargon to suppress numerous uprisings. According to the Sumerian king list, Sargon ruled for 56 years and died of natural causes in 2279 BC. Sargon's son, Rimush, inherited his throne and ruled for 9 years until his own death, when he was succeeded by his brother, Manishtushu. The Akkadian Empire ruled for another century, until the Gutian conquest of Sumer, around 2150 BC. Stories of Sargon's greatness were widely circulated in Assyrian and Babylonian texts, which quickly cemented his status as a legend. Through relentless ambition, Sargon conquered all of Mesopotamia and forged the world's first empire. Consider liking, subscribing, and clicking the bell icon below for more videos like this. Thank you.
You see, this empire was very important back in those days. He was the first one that seized different towns and become the Persian Empire. Okay, now those in that civilization, they also consider very important the religion. So they had several gods that they follow. In this video, I'm gonna show you some gods that they follow. Okay, this is part of the
Una verdad escondida.
Last year, Gaia documented several humanoid mummies discovered in the Nazca region of Peru.
People are not asking the...
As far as ancient astronaut theorists are concerned, evidence that there is other intelligent life in the universe has already been found on every corner of the globe. They believe Earth has been visited by intelligent beings for thousands of years, and that it most likely began during the time of the ancient Sumerian kings. Khorsabad, Iraq, March 23, 1843. While excavating for archaeological treasures, a group of men led by French scientist Paul-Émile Botta came upon the remains of a huge Assyrian palace, and within it, an abundance of Sumerian cuneiform inscriptions. When translated, the inscriptions told of what archaeologists believe to be the world's oldest civilization, and a group of powerful beings called the Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki was a term of the gods used by the ancient Sumerians, but the original form of it simply meant the sky people. It meant those that were connected with the stars. The Anunnaki were seen to be the givers of civilization to mortal kind, and they are described as having these shining eyes and having a radiance and an otherworldly feeling about them.
Based on 30 years of studying the Sumerian cuneiform tablets, in 1976, author and researcher Zecharia Sitchin published a book called The 12th Planet, in which he proposed that the Sumerian gods were, in fact, refugees from another world. According to Sitchin's interpretation of the tablets, these alien visitors, the Anunnaki, created humankind.
It appears to be that gods came down and literally started a colonization project here on Earth, creating us in their image and after their likeness. It also might stand to reason then that they've infused us with the desire to then spread this colonization project beyond Earth.
I think if you look at what we've been doing in our space program, it's a blueprint for what may have happened here a long time ago with extraterrestrials. But I think we're on the same path.
We're beginning to understand that the Anunnaki gods that were actually ETs could be still out throughout the universe. That we could now, as we are starting to head out into space, be encountering the prime intelligence that originally had civilizations on Earth and were working throughout this solar system.
Okay, I mean, they talk about different theories, but none of those is true for sure. So we don't have to rely on everything that it says in the videos, especially here in internet. Okay, those are only some ideas that some scholars talks about and try to explain. Because if we talk about the pyramids in Egypt, we don't really, I mean, from the it says that they have different very special tools in order to bring those huge blocks of stone in order to create those pyramids. So we don't really know for sure. Okay, so anyway, let's begin today's class. Okay, guys. Let me open the PowerPoint for today's class. Here it is. Here it is. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I open this properly. Here it is. Now, remember, guys, this chapter talks about the Sumerians. Remember, let me see where is that. Okay, here it is. Yes, so Sumerian page 72. 72, okay? Okay, let's begin then, guys. Okay. The main idea, Sumerians create the world's first advanced society. In southern Mesopotamia, the south area, a people known as the Sumerians developed the world's first civilization. By 3000 BC, before Christ, several 100,000 Sumerians have settled in Mesopotamia. Remember, Mesopotamia is the area between those two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates, in a land they call Sumer. That's why they are known as Sumerians. The land was called Sumer. Okay, there they create an advanced society. Now, the first city on Sumer had about 10,000 residents. City-states in Sumer competed against another to gain more farmland. Farmland means they wanted more land in order to raise their crops. Now, this is the area of Sumer. In this area, as you see around the circle, this is the area, the south area of the Fertile Crescent. Okay, in this area they develop. Okay, since they built up a strong army. Now, this in history they were the first one who raised an army. Okay, an army control in order to control the farmland, para controlar las tierras donde ellos hacían sus cultivos. Sumerians also built strong, thick walls around their city. O sea que también los fortificaron. Sus tierras eran fortificadas porque ponían alrededor de su ciudad, ponían estas fortalezas. Ellos fueron uno de los primeros. ¿Para qué? Para defenderse de quién, de sus enemigos, ¿verdad, Gordón? Así mismo fue. Muy bien.
La estrategia que utilizaron no era la misma que los egipcios.
Acuérdense que ellos vienen después. Primero son estos.
No, lo sé, pero, o sea, los egipcios utilizaron la misma estrategia que los
Puede
sumerianos.
ser porque es historia. Ellos simplemente se basan en historia, lo que otras civilizaciones han hecho. Puede ser. Tiene sentido lo que dice. City-states such as Mario and Euphrates River on the Euphrates became important center of trade. En esos sitios se hacían muchos intercambios de mercancías en esta área, en Maria, okay? Through trades, the city-state for summer became an important part of the region of economics. A city-state known as Kish. Let me see if Kish is over here. Let me see if in the map. Kish, where is Kish over here? Do you see Kish over here? Kish, Kish, Kish. No, I don't see. I don't see Kish over here. No, they don't show it, Kish. Let's move on, okay. The city of Kish had become quite powerful. Over the near 1,000 years, the city-state of Uruk. Let me see if Uruk is over here. Over here is Uruk. Look, Uruk is close to summer, okay? Uruk. Let's go back. Right? The city-states, they call it city-states of Uruk and Ur fought for dominance. Both were Ur. Over here is Ur. Uruk over here and Ur, they fought in order to keep to dominate this area, okay? The Uruk and Ur, esos dos poblados, those city-states, they call Uruk and Ur fought for dominance. Now, rise of the Akkadian Empire. Now, over here is where Sargon comes to stage. Another society developed along the Tigris and Euphrates. It was created by Akkadians. Let me see if Akkadian is over here. Akkad is not over here. No, I don't see Akkad. Okay, that was another, they call it, remember, city-states. They call it city-states. They lived just north Sumer, but they were not Sumerians, okay? They were not, it means it's around here, around this area, but they weren't Sumerians, okay? The Akkad. Now this is the battle. This guy that is over here, this is Sargon. This one with a sword, and everybody's, you know, they're fighting. Remember, he's the first one who created an army. Now, this piece was brought in 2000 BC, where a leader named Sargon fought to extend Akkadian territory. The Akkadian ruler, Sargon, was the first to have a permanent army. This character in history is the first one who created a permanent army in their civilization, in their with the city and the Akkadians, okay? This image shows a battle between Akkadian soldiers and their enemies over here. Look, this is the fight they used to have back in those days, okay? This looks like a camel, this one. And some horse, I don't see any horse, but there were a lot of camels, okay? Now, Sargon's soldiers defeat all the city-state of Sumer. Now they defeat all this, the Uruk and Ur, all of them, and they become, they dominate that area. Eventually they dominate all this area from the Mediterranean until the Persian Gulf. They dominate all of, eventually, Akkad. You see over here, Akkad? Over here is Akkad. So they dominate all this Fertile Crescent. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Sargon established the world's first empire or land with different territories and peoples under a single ruler. He dominates all this area. He was the ruler. It's like the Roman Empire. They dominate all different areas over here. But now, back in those years, he dominates all this region, the Crescent Fertile, okay? The Akkadian Empire stretched from Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean. It means that since over here, they dominate all this area until the Persian Gulf, Over,
Teacher,
the Empire Sargon over here, and the Sumer are in this area. Any question?
sí, si es que los sumerianos sabían que los iban a derrotar, ¿por qué no escaparon por el río a otro lugar?
Ah, no lo sé. Habría que averiguar, estar en esa época. De todas maneras, pienso yo que ellos el retirarse de una batalla, eso no era aceptable para ellos, pienso yo. I don't know, who knows? Okay.
Pero ¿qué era importante para ellos? Era morir en una batalla.
You don't want to live, well, you don't want to be dominated by someone that you want to be free. So you have to fight in order to be, to live your life alone without anybody to rule you. So anyway, it's better to try to fight and try to see if you can stay on your own, But in those years, you had no options. You had to fight in order to survive. There was no options, okay? Maybe nowadays, okay, you could say, I surrender. I don't wanna fight with you. But back in those days, it was different. It was another different thing, okay? Sargon was ruler of his empire for more than 50 years. Only 50 years he dominated that era. However, the empire lasted only a century after his death. It means that 100 años después, after his death. Eventually, however, the Sumerian city-state of Ur again, rebuilt its strength and conquered the rest of Mesopotamia. So these guys disappeared, the Akkadians disappeared. They lose all the power. The Sumerians once again became the most important civilization in the region. Okay, now over here they talk about the society and how the religion shaped their society. So religion played a major role in Sumerian society. Now it's 9:42, and I don't think I have time to continue, and then we'll stop right here, and then we'll continue. I think I see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Tomorrow, 7B? No, I see you is, it's on Thursday, but Thursday, you have a test, okay? Remember, you have a test on Thursday.